marvelous light I'm running, out of darkness, out of shame. Through the cross you are the truth, you are the life, you are the way. I once was fatherless, a stranger with no hope. Your kindness wakened me from my sleep now. Your love, it beckons deep, a call to come and die. By grace now I will come, take this life, take your life. Sin has lost its power, death has lost its sting. Heart now is beating, my deepest stains now clean. Your breath fills up my lungs, now I'm free, now I'm free. My dead heart now is beating, my deepest stains now clean. Your breath fills up my lungs, now I'm free, now I'm free. Sin has lost its power, death has lost its sting. From the grave you've risen, victoriously. Into marvelous light I'm running, out of darkness, out of shame. Through the cross you are the truth, you are the life, you are the way. Marvelous light I'm running, out of darkness, out of shame. Through the cross you are the truth, you are the life, you are the way. Lift my hands and spin around, see the light that I have found. Oh, the marvelous light, marvelous light. Lift my hands and spin around, see the light that I have found. Oh, the marvelous light, marvelous light. Marvelous light I'm running, out of darkness, out of shame. Through the cross you are the truth, you are the life, you are the way. It's a marvelous light I'm running, out of darkness, out of shame. Through the cross you are the truth, you are the life, you are the way.
When we ask the question, what does a Christian life look like? Or maybe, how is the life of a Christian teenager different than the lives of those that she goes to school with, that are around her each day? Sometimes when we think about our lives, it seems just like everyone else's, except maybe maybe we don't swear as much, maybe we don't look at bad things or bully people as much or things like that. And sometimes when we look at our lives, it's just full of just the daily kind of day-to-day things. Uh, Going to school, whether it's virtually or in person, doing chores, figuring out what it means to grow up, figuring out who we are, what our future practically is going to look like. And we don't really stop to ask the question and think, what is my life about? What is my mission? What is my purpose? What is my direction? Jesus actually, near the end of his life, as he prayed for his disciples and by extension, prayed for all those who would follow him, says this in John 17:15-19. My prayer is not that you take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one. They are not of the world, even as I am not of it. Sanctify them by the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. For them I sanctify myself, that they too may be truly sanctified. See, understanding our mission and our calling as Christians in living this life, it begins with understanding that we are not of this world, but we are sent in it. Jesus here prays that we would not be taken out from the world, but instead that we would be sent into it. Through history, not just in Christianity, but in a lot of religions, some people have looked at the world and the things of the world as so bad that they need to escape from it. You hear about monks and nuns and people that escape away from the world because, there's a lot of different reasons why they could do it, but sometimes it's because the perception is that the world is so bad. But Jesus here is very clearly saying that we're not taken out of this world, but we are sent into the world with purpose. And so we as Christians are meant to live in this world, to not necessarily embrace everything in it, but we're making an impact, whether it's in the culture and the environment, in society, in our families, in our relationships, in the communities where we live, that we are impacting it for good and for God's glory. And at the same time, Jesus' prayer doesn't just call us into the world, but also calls us to be different than the world. He says that we would be protected from the evil one, that we would be sanctified by the truth, that is, holy and set apart, that he sanctifies himself so that we would be sanctified. So while we are sent into this world, we are also sanctified, holy, set apart from this world. That there are things about us which make us different than the things of this world. And it almost seems like that is what makes a difference in this world. That when Jesus and God is calling us to this sanctification, to this holiness, to this being set apart, it is for the purpose of making an impact and a difference in this world. In other places in the Bible, Jesus talks about how we are like salt and light to the world, that there is distinctiveness to us, that there is something that shows the way, God's way, in a world of darkness. In another place in the Bible, it talks about how we are ambassadors for Jesus Christ. An ambassador is someone who doesn't belong in the place, is not of the place where she is, but is sent there, put there, to show something of a different country or world. That's who we are as Christians. Over 250 years ago, this was the first Christian mission in San Diego and in California. They had specific things in mind and the purpose of why they started it and what they came to do. For them, it was to share the gospel, to share the good news of Jesus Christ. And that still remains to be the main purpose of Christians today, to share the good news of who Jesus Christ is and to show the love and grace that God has given to us, to the world. As you live as a Christian teenager today, I pray that you will figure out all the little things of life, who you are, what it means to grow up, how your school and future will work together. But I also pray that you will think about what your mission in life is, and in every area of your life, what it means to be living in this world, to be sent in this world, to love this world and to work for good in it, and at the same time be sanctified from this world, be set apart and be holy for this world. And I pray that that will make a difference in this world, that that will be your witness, and that God will use that for His purposes through your life in this world. May the Lord direct your hearts into God's love and Christ's perseverance. Amen.